All right, this is your last Done with Teacher video. This is on identifying the transformations. So now this is a worksheet where they're putting all of the different transformations together. So we need to identify what's going on. All right, so remember your pre-image versus your image. So this one here is my pre-image. And then this is my image. And I know that because of the apostrophes means that that is the one that was altered or changed. So I want to know what happened here. Well, the first thing I'm going to see is that my A and B are on top, but down over here, now they're on the bottom, and the opposite here. So obviously, this is not a translation. It didn't just slide. This is a flip. And when we flip something, that is called a reflection. So this image flipped upside down. And since it went over the x-axis, then I know my rule that my x will stay the same, but my y's become opposites. All right, let's look at the next one. This is my pre-image here. And this is my image here, my changed image. So I went from yellow to green. All right, so if I notice my F is here, and now it's down here. All right, so if I were to get the F down there, obviously my F went from here to up here to down here. So if I just follow the trail of the one vertice there of F, I can see that I'm rotating it. It's turning. So we're going to definitely say that this is a rotation. Now, how many quadrants did I go through? So there's my 90, and then here would be my 180 going clockwise. So this is a rotation of 180 degrees clockwise. Now, you could say counterclockwise as well. It would be the same. So what does that mean when you do 180? That means you take the opposite x and the opposite y. So let's see. I'm going to show you that real quick here. My F is at +4, +8. Now over here, it's at -4, -8. So yes, that does represent that rule. Let's look at number 3. This is my pre-image here. This is my image. So going from yellow to green, what happened here? All right, so I can see that they're in the same order. I have I, J, K, and over here I have I, J, K. So it can't be a rotation. It can't be a reflection. This one is slid. It has slid over. All right, actually it went this way and then that way, or this way and that way. We have to figure that out. So we're going to say that this is a translation. Now, how did it move? Well, we went from the right side to the left side. So we went to the left. So how many did we go to the left? So I'm going to start with this I. I'm going to pick a different color real quick. I to I. Here we go. We went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now I'm on the same line as that I. So I went 9 left, and then obviously I'm moving up. So how much up did I go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I went 8 up. Now, if I went to the left, if you remember the rule, left means to subtract, up means to add. So what would be my algebraic representation? We would say x minus 9, y plus 8. All right, I'm going to have you guys try 4, 5, and 6. Now, this one we were supposed to do in class where you would have some dice and you would roll it with a partner. All right, but I'm just going to kind of walk you through this. So we went from our pre-image here of XY. These are all of our pre-image. this is our originals, to these changed. This is our image, the ones that have changed. And we have to decide what changed. So this one here, I went from xy to x plus 10, y plus 5. If you notice, I don't have any negatives in front of those x's or y's, so there's no changing of the x or the y. I'm just moving. If I'm moving, that's a translation. So this one here would be a translation. And I went plus 10, so that's 10 to the right. And then I went plus 5, so that's 5 up. Let's look at this next one. I went x, y, and then I have negative x and y. Well, since this x has now become the opposite, when I do opposite of x and not the opposite of the y also, this is a reflection. And what did I go over? Well, the y's stayed the same. So this is a reflection over your y-axis. Now, number 3, we have xy, and then we have x negative y. So my x in this situation stayed the same. My y has taken the opposite. So again, that's also a reflection. And I am keeping the x's the same. So this is over the x-axis. All right, I'll do number 4 with you, and then I'll let you guys do 5 and 6. So I have x, y, and then I have y and negative x. Oh, so obviously this is completely different. It's almost like I turned this around, which is what it's kind of referring to as a rotation. How much did I change? Well, since I'm only flipping the x opposite, the y stays, it's just in a different location. But my x is now opposite. That is a rotation of 90 degrees clockwise. And you don't have to give me both here. Most people use clockwise. All right, you guys try 5 and 6. And then down below here, they wanted you to do a spinner activity here. But again, of course, we're not doing this in class. A prime would be what? Well, this one says that point A is at negative 9, negative 3, and is translated 4 left and 2 down. So if I'm going from negative 9, negative 3, and then I'm going to go 4 left, that's going to be subtract 4 from here, and then 2 down, so subtract 2 from there. So I should wind up with negative 13 because these are both negative. We're going to add these together and keep the negative. And same here, I'm going to add these together and keep the negative. I'm going to get negative 13, negative 5 is my new coordinate. So you'll do B, C, and D, and also E, but you can skip the summary.